if I die tomorrow. I hope you hear these words. I ain't here to flip no birds or sip no serve. Hope the future generations can get this urge. Stay woke, youngin', and avenge these nerds.
Yo, are we all munching?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm drinking.
Perfect.
How y'all doing?
I'm
I
good.
match.
I'm you do match. That's a really close. Damn, that's Did you plan that?
No, I mean I bought this mug at Costco. It's 48 ounces of water. It's fantastic.
God damn. That sure sounds like that's a lot of whiskey in there.
No whiskey. No whiskey. Because then you
juice.
gotta wash it and all other stuff. At least with water, you just rinse it and you're good to go.
Special juice. It is the special kind. It is good juice.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Tuesday Night Throwdown. It's your boy Sebastian.
It's your boy Law.
Your boy Tom from across the hall.
And we are back. Vmac is on break today. She'll be on break next week because again, congratulations on the movie. Good luck. Love you. Send you a lot of love. Guys, I missed you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were out in New York City.
Gallivanting
In New York City, which what I thought was supposed to be one day of Comic-Con, and you were there for what, 2?
So I'll recap what that story is and everything in a second because it was just awesomeness. I'll give the good, the bad,
there was a lot of dad pictures going around, dad selfie pictures going around.
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
that was for sure. And on the TikTok, I did put on the TikTok. Look at me, son of freaking old. On TikTok, I did put a little small video together, just walking around how it was. But yeah, I'll tell you guys in a second. But first, just the only announcement, because you guys, if you tune into the show, you already know the links in the description. That's all of our stuff, all of our projects. But I do want to give for announcement a shout out to the Heavily Made Cafe. They got a group. They have a Halloween party going on. If you're in New York City, it's on October 27th from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Cosplay contest, karaoke, drinks, and more. Location is at the Love Story Bar at 894 Wyckoff Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. Again, 21 and older to be there. So again, that's from the Heavily Made Cafe. Shout out to those guys and everything. So that's pretty much the only announcement because
that is on a Friday for anyone checking their calendars because we're all old. That is on a Friday.
On Friday, but I also want to point out the anime that they used is High Rise Invasion, if I'm not mistaken, or High Rise something. That anime, fucking nuts.
Bonkers.
So
Hugo,
what's going on, sir?
What is up, Hugo? What is up?
So let's go into that with the recapping my weekend at Comic-Con, which was only supposed to be one day at the Creative AfterCon, which happened on Friday night.
Yes. What was the location you went to?
So we tested a new location because unfortunately Twins closed.
R.I.P.
Yep, rest in peace, Twins. And there was no way around that because the building that Twins was in is completely torn down. It's like an empty hole now.
That's why I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I was in the neighborhood. I was like, "Yo, where the fuck is Twin?" I knew it was closed, and I was like, "I didn't know they were tearing the building down."
Yeah, they tore down the whole building. So we went to O'Toole's and speaking with some of the guys, we're trying to show that we can bring people in every year Comic-Con with the creator of AfterCon's possibly relationship with them. So that
your mic, my man.
God damn it! How's now?
Better.
It's good for now.
It just keeps doing a thing where it sounds like you're remove the mic completely. You're talking from the other side of the room, or someone dropped you down a well, and we have
he's the deep,
deep in it. But we went to O'Toole's and we're trying to build a relationship with them to show that we have a lot of people that can come, so that this way maybe next year they give us the upstairs with our own bartender. Because creators are going to drink, which again, it was a great time. Saw George, Chris, Jeff, Alex.
Realized that George was a real person.
Okay, good. Well, I mean, where is it? Damn it, I'm using the wrong mouse.
I still laugh because I realized meeting George fucking 3 or 4 times at Inbeon Con. It's like, oh yeah, I've met him before. But I didn't I just knew him as someone that Hutch introduced me to. I knew George more from the show.
Yeah. This was on Saturday.
Yo, I swear to God, this is the dad picture in question that I was talking about. This
He
feels
has
like
so many.
two.
He has so many.
It feels like two old friends who are just like, and it's like, where's your kid? Both of you.
I mean, honestly, it was really cool because that's kind of like what a lot of us felt like. We haven't seen each other
Oh, Rick.
in a very what's up, Rick? We hadn't seen each other in a very long time. Like me and Johnny, the last time we saw each other in person was 2019.
At Rhode Island?
No, somewhere else. We it was Terrificon.
Dad bod, dad soapy face. See,
Yep,
this is the whole
that
package.
yep,
Let's go.
that's right. Let's go. I'll take it, Hugo. But no, it was cool. I thank George and Johnny because they got me in on Saturday. George and Johnny shared the booth together.
I
It
heard it
was
was
pretty dope.
pouring outside on
On
Saturday.
Saturday, it was pouring. Yeah, that's what sucked on Saturday. And then this was pretty cool. I'll bring up this one. Let's see. So I got to actually for about an hour to work a booth with Alex, and for those that know, we were pitching it. We Suck at Comics was on sale.
Mhm.
And I also did work for them in Damn Heroes. So they had the new Damn Heroes out that my art is in. And I got to sign some books at the table.
Nice.
So that was pretty dope.
Fucking
So
celebrity over here.
Time out. What the fuck did you just say, Rick? So seeing this nerding out, I just recently started playing D&D with effing David Finch. There, had to share it that because I'm still a fan. Bro, what?
we're gonna see. Look, Rick got a story. There you go. Just get
Also,
off.
Aurelius.
Hey.
So no, it was good being at Comic Con this year. So I was listening to George earlier and heard from them that they actually did something pretty cool and different this year for creators on Thursday. For those who had the pro badge, the exhibitor badge, they actually had something from 7 to 10 where it was just a creator lounge where creators were hanging out. There was an open bar from what George told us. And it was just like IDW was there, the guys who ran Comic Con
They
for
said DC didn't show up.
DC didn't
Dark
show up.
Horse didn't
We'll
show up.
we'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
How the show floor, but I thought that that was cool because that's something different that you never saw Reed do before. They had
Mhm.
an open bar, food, and I heard the food was banging, and they were actually giving words of encouragement. It's not something you see from any big con, so I thought that that was dope. The
Okay.
aisles felt wider. Um, and what was cool is because we all complain about Comic Con this and that. It felt good to be there because it's like, oh, I'm in my nerd mecca. As a creator, you definitely want to be there to network. If you were selling your comic, you were there. I got to see Bun, Brendan, P, a lot of people who I haven't seen in a very long time, and that was great. Um, they had a whole upstairs for panels. So they had like 3 floors that they were doing things on. I think they had a new floor at the Javits Center because of all that construction.
Mhm.
And it felt good seeing the crowd. Now, if you're a big anime fan, there was a big heavy anime influence this year that was there. They had like this immersive theater that had like playing like with comics 3D. So they had like Chainsaw Man, Spy Family. They were playing the pages from that, and it's like it was just very immersive. I thought that that was dope. Marvel represented. IDW believe was there. Yeah, because they were at the event. Um, but now some of the cons about the con. So some publishers weren't there, but again, that's fine. Like DC wasn't there, Image wasn't there. But this did make way for a lot of indie creators to showcase their stuff. Like um Artist Alley was a little bit weird because there were more art representatives there than artists.
Okay.
And I know that that was a major complaint from some people because when you go to Artist Alley, you're going there to see artists, not representatives. And I felt like the representatives should have got someplace else upstairs away from the artists because a lot of people who you know who are usually in Artist Alley got kind of squeezed out. but I did get to see some artists who I haven't seen in a while, which was cool. There was Poopgate this year. I'll get to that in a second, but Poopgate was spinning off with a lot of rumors. They think that another convention showrunner was spreading it. So the rumor was, and it was reported by Bleeding Cool, that someone had pooped on the convention floor. Wait, so just by that, it spun off so many different stories of what happened, but it was later confirmed it might have been someone's service animal that pooped. So that, but really blew up. It was like someone was like, "Yeah, it was a fan that didn't get off the line. They just stood there because they didn't want to lose their spot."
It was a dog.
Yeah,
I'm
it was a
looking. I'm
dog.
looking on Reddit right now. Someone was like, it was from a dog. I saw them cleaning it up in the autograph area.
Yeah, it was someone's service dog or dog, but it spun off so many rumors. I went in there, it's like you heard people talking about it. There was they were saying it was, some showrunners were like, "Yeah, come to my con. No one shits in the floor." And so it was just a lot of that going on. But yeah, overall, it felt good going back to Comic Con. It was dope. Already in talks with some people to try to see Ender next year because George sold out a Wonder Duck
Nice.
over the weekend. Everybody I know sold out of whatever they had there. They said the crowd was pretty cool. It was great. The Creative Aftercon is looking to grow even more, and just by hearing that they did that little event for people who are at the show, who are exhibitors and everything, I thought that that was pretty cool because I've never heard Comic Con or redo that before for people.
No, that's cool. That's cool. It's good. It's good. Cause I mean, you gotta do something, man. All these people are showing up and buying your tables and stuff. Like you got to do something to support them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The another cool thing too was that a lot of people got to meet David Tennant, Chris Evans. So I heard a lot of great things. Like Mark from Wayward took his daughter to go see David Tennant. He was doing autographs. Got cookies from Bun's wife Pam. She had chocolate chip cookies. I was like, awesome. So thank you, Pam, again. And yeah, it's just the cosplay. Everybody stepped up their A game. So there was a whole Mandalorian group.
I wasn't crazy about who they selected for the cosplay contest winners. I will say they looked great, but I have to see the other like competitors because I feel like it wasn't the best that I've seen. And I think it's because a lot of my friends who I know compete weren't in there. So like there was a lot of like I know a lot of my cosplay buddies who did C2E2 and other Read Pop events, and they've been like doing their thing. And I didn't see any of them talking about NYCC. So I was just like, oh man, those cosplays this year. I mean, I saw some really good ones from pictures and whatnot, but nothing where I was just like, oh shit.
I mean, I feel like this was because of how open the aisles were. It was a good show to get you back in the mood for conventions, and it was a good show for those who are starting to break in and getting into all the different creative fields that you can, from cosplay to creative. Because like we met a kid that Johnny's been keeping tabs of. Johnny's been talking to this kid since he was 15. He's or started dropping his comics. This was like his first big show, trying to talk about his comic, which I thought was cool. It reminded a little bit of me when I was like, oh, this doughy-eyed kid running around like, I want to drop a comic. And it kind of gave me that bug back. And it's like, it was something like, damn, like I missed this kind of feeling. And it was cool. It was cool. It didn't feel like too congested for me, like how the last few years before the pandemic, the show was starting to feel. So it was a nice feeling. And just to see everybody again and get drunk with everybody on Friday night.
Yeah. Sounds like fun.
But no, let's talk about some news, guys. Like the nerds news, the nerdy news that's happening. I mean, since we've been off the week and everything, let's talk about stuff that's happening with Daredevil right now. Did you guys see that?
Daredevil's on there. What?
It's done. They're
It's
canceling it.
Oh, they're canceling the show completely.
That's what I saw, was that they were canceling
Whoa.
because we know they have to start from the jump. We know they're redoing the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first story that came out last week. I'm double checking.
Yeah, last I saw, they were like, we're doing this from scratch because it moved
Yeah.
so far away from the Netflix shows that it didn't like. But for them to just drop it completely,
Let me see. Hold on.
Oh shit!
Confirm that, because that would be news and that would have blown up the internet. Because I know they fired the entire. They fired some of the writing staff. Yeah,
They
We're
fired
canceled.
everybody. Yeah.
yeah. They fired
Okay.
up because they got to review it during the writer strike, and a lot of the elements wasn't living up to what they wanted, and it's kind of I go, even Vince D'Onofrio says it's a breath of fresh air, because I'm kind of glad that they did that. If the show wasn't looking that great, they can't let their show look worse than what Netflix did. And so it just seems like they're only keeping a few scenes, but they want to get away from a lot of the lawyer stuff that they were doing in the show, which seems like it was going to be very law heavy. But
Oh, the first
what's
round?
wrong with having me in there? Listen, a lot of me is not a bad thing.
that's what she said. Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, I hope they take their time, but it just felt like it was supposed to come out soonish, right? Before like next year. Was it next year when it was supposed to come out?
I thought it was supposed to be coming out like early, like May-ish of next year, some shit like that.
Well, I think what the whole thing what happened is that when they started seeing that they weren't getting the reception with phase 4 like they wanted, they started moving stuff back, shifting stuff around. And then now when the writer's strike happened, it allowed them to review the footage.
So
You have an offer
It's not canceled,
Oh,
but he's not saying on X anymore. First, I just started working on the show. Then true, yeah.
So so from what it sounded like is that what they saw they didn't like, obviously, and it's just getting back a whole new staff. And I think that's probably good for the show, because if they just settled, they probably would have had something of a trash on their hands. So that's what it sounds like. For them to just scrap and start over, it's definitely something that probably would have not gravitated with the fans. But and again, they have a bar to really meet when it did so well on Netflix,
Mhm.
and then to restart from jump.
I just don't understand. Like, just bring in. Did they not? I honestly have not been following the Born Again stuff. Did they not bring in any showrunners or any people from the Netflix?
Well,
It
what
looked like they brought back the actors. That's about it.
well, what they said is this too, is this was that they said
That's
that,
right. They didn't bring back Foggy or home or Karen.
No.
well, what's his face?
Oh,
Brethenall is reprising his role as the Punisher. But what they said is this is that they're with Daredevil, they're learning how to shoot shows. They're not, because before Daredevil, they were shooting shows similar to how they were doing movies. So now they're like, it's not working. We're going to redo it, because like they had they're looking for just to mimic now how they do it, like live TV shows, like on regular TV and everything. Because however they were producing it and everything, they were doing it more like movies and all that. So they feel like that's where they dropped the ball with some of the stuff. But it's gonna be interesting to see where they go with this, and more news that comes out from that. But there is more Marvel news, where we're starting to see that Marvel Studios is reportedly finally developing a solo Hulk movie.
I mean, they have the rights.
They have the
Yep.
rights to do it, but is it going to be worth doing?
I mean, it's probably going to be what? World War Hulk, Planet Hulk? Is that what they're going to do?
Well, they've already did some version of Planet Hulk. And to do
but they could do World War Hulk though.
I think that boat has sailed. It's gonna, if they could rework it in a version of it, because World War Hulk was
It's
right
such
after
a
Planet Hulk.
weird way to go based on what we saw. Like, I can see that happening after Ragnarok, but after what we saw them like do to Homeboy in Endgame and Infinity Wars, and now with the show, like,
put Scar in. I just think it's so stupid that we're not going to get anything
listen,
about.
we only talk about fucked up hairline.
I know, but it is what it is. They can change the hairline. It's CGI, but like, I just think it's a cop out for it to be like, here's my son, and now we're just all have to just deal with the fact that his son's here when there's a major storyline with Scar.
Well,
Unless they do it in the United States, unless they do it in on Earth, or they deal with Red Hulk because of fucking
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolts. Like maybe that's what they do. It just
well, I mean, we're getting Thunderbolt Ross in Captain America: New World Order, right?
yeah. We know Harrison
And
Ford showing up.
yeah, so they're talking about that they may, depending on what they do with that, to fit Hulk in. But they're talking about that most likely we should be seeing Hulk solo run before Kang Dynasty. And this is the first time that Hulk is not being regulated as a background character
The
because they were using all
only
these little side stuff to try to fit
He
his
was
story in.
always good. I don't know. I always felt Mark Ruffalo and Hulk are so good, but they always did really well as ensemble characters. I also feel like at this point, Marvel.
I think
Is it
Ed Norton's
really
a better?
Is there? No. I mean, maybe everyone has their own opinion, right? I like Ruffalo, but at this, at this point, it's just like nothing's really an ensemble film anymore. There's going to be other people showing up. Everyone's in each other's movies, but I'm just kind of like, what are I still, this has been my biggest gripe with these phases. I still don't know what the hell we're doing. And like it's all like it's before Secret Wars. I'm like, I kind of want to know where we're going, man.
That's where I was gonna go with it. Where like we're in a space where, all right, if it comes out before Kang Dynasty, cool. One, is it too late to give him his own solo movie again? Because we've had it in the first phase, and then two, is it a story just to give him a solo run, or is it a story that's actually going to like push his story further? Because I feel like they keep trying to do something with his story, and then that's how we got him and Natasha being a thing, and fucking
Well,
so dumb.
if you really think about
Well,
it,
that was what's his name though?
yeah, but if you really think
Yeah.
about it, it's more like this: is that they've had to use after that solo Hulk movie that was done by Universal, and they've had to try to squeeze that in somehow in the MCU because it wasn't done by Marvel. It was Universal because they still had the rights. Because if you notice, after that, they didn't do a solo Hulk movie anymore.
Well, that was a lot.
No,
of different
we didn't do the
reasons.
so, but we're still, but like I hear what you're saying, but we're still taking bits from the movie. The main villain in that movie is showing up in Captain America.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that we're now, because of the fact that the rights are there and everything, we may see them dive deeper more into Hulk stuff, kind of similar like we can't get a lot of the Spider-Man stuff because of the shared rights with Sony. And just
Hopefully,
like we couldn't get a lot of the stuff with with the X-Men, is because a lot of stuff was in Fox. So with them now having a lot of the solo rights for Hulk, that gives a lot of introductory and a lot of use for a lot of the Hulk-centric characters that were under that license. So I won't be surprised if we start getting more focus, because a lot of the times, again, they were using him as a side character to try to shoe in his story, so that this way we got Hulk. But it's something that's going to be interesting to see where they go down the line and how they incorporate it in there, since they have the full license now.
what's going on, Cuzzo?
Hey.
I like
What is
Ruffalo
up,
too.
Dave?
It's a great supporting character. I'm not sure I'm ready for a solo run either. She-Hulk, in my opinion, was great, and he supported her great. Valid.
It's a
That's the
true
thing.
fact.
But
I
he's
don't
good.
I don't know, man. All of these, I'm looking at the phase 4, phase 5, phase 6 stuff lineup, and I gave phase 4 pass because like it was still trying to figure out what it was going to be. But we are like at the half. Once Marvels comes out, we're at the halfway mark of phase 5, and this is supposed to be the multiverse saga, and like we've had one movie and a show, right? Like, am I wrong here? Like, it's like, like the first 3 phases are called the Infinity Saga, and like almost every single movie or storyline
That I can
touches
agree
a
with,
story.
Rick. That much I can agree with.
Yes.
Well, there's
Yes.
a lot of stuff being introduced.
Hawkeye was meant to be a sport character. True, but I think that show worked better because it was him focused, but not really.
And passing the mantle,
Right?
And like he grew, like, yeah. But we got a little bit about Hawkeye throughout all the movies he was in.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was an ending ish of his story Like you got a lot of context with him and Nat, and like there's stuff that you saw in Black Widow. There's a whole bunch of things that like filled out the Hawkeye story more. I feel like Ruffalo's Hulk, we've gotten him thrown in there because we want to keep the name in the MCU and keep him throughout because he's such a major player. But as he's gone through like these, phases, one, I'm like not the biggest fan of Smart Hulk. It's cool, but like give me someone who can flick you into orbit.
No, we
who
have
can
to go
jump
there.
who can jump the United States in a single bound. You know what I mean? Give me, if they give me Maestro, I'd be happy.
Well, that's the whole thing now that
But-
we have first of all, we have the multiverse that's happening. We have the full rights to the Hulk that now has reverted over. So you can get now the door that opens for Maestro. You also don't forget we haven't heard of what's going on with Betty Ross in the MCU. Who's to say that she's not the Red Hulk right now? These are things now that open up since the Hulk have been reverted back to Marvel.
I
Storylines
doubt
like
they would make Betty Ross the Red Hulk before we do.
well,
Otherwise,
Otherwise,
why do we cast Harrison Ford?
no, you're gonna get Red Hulk first from Harrison Ford from Thunderbolt Ross, and then after that, Red She-Hulk came later. You also have the Pantheon, who was a group that the Hulk worked with. That's a possibility of introducing a new group. So there are just a lot of possibilities. Where they go, it's just going to be interesting. You have Rick Jones. We haven't
no
seen.
Pink Hulk.
We haven't. Pink Hulk is the drunk one. You haven't. We
Oh,
haven't.
there was
had
a Pink Hulk. I
No,
thought
no,
it
no,
was
no. I'm just messing.
Oh.
We haven't had an MCU Rick Jones or Amadeus Cho.
He just had his mom's.
Yeah. So
I do want Amadeus Show, and I think that would be fucking amazing if we can get him, because I think that would like you would have the Thunderbolts movie and you're chasing down him, and eventually he figures out like I can get rid of Hulk somewhat. We know we can never get rid of Hulk because that's something that he's had since he was younger, but he gets rid of that part of him. I am interested in seeing like that, or seeing him interact more with Peter, because there's a comic like run that I saw where Peter had the Hulk like inside him, and then when he came out of it, he still remembered Peter, not Spider-Man, like whatever the case is. And like there was a moment of like empathy and like friendship there that I was like, that's why they're always like eye to eye with each other, because Hulk gets mad, Spider-Man's puny, but he can actually go toe to toe with him. I think that would be cool. Or even if we see Logan, if we see that Hulk versus Wolverine story, I don't know. There's a lot of fucking options at this point.
And the final thing I want to talk about, I thought that this was funny. This just made me laugh. Was Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, accidentally shown to a 4th grade class?
Oh shit!
Yes, I
And
saw
it
that.
wasn't like 2 or 3 minutes, and the teacher was like, "Oh, let me turn it off." It was about 20 to 30 minutes of the film.
How do you make this mistake? It's on Peacock. It's on Peacock. So if we do want to watch it, it's on Peacock.
Yeah, it is.
But I just don't understand, how do you make this mistake of putting this on? Like it's
So
kind of crazy.
wait, it gets better. So apparently, the kids were asking the teacher to turn off the movie, and he still didn't turn it off.
Did he get fired?
I don't know. It happened in Florida, shocker, and they're saying that they're doing whatever corrective action for the teacher.
Ah, of course.
But
So,
yeah,
so a horror movie traumatizing kids, nothing.
for
But a
20 to
book,
30 minutes.
a book, talking about history, you fired.
Listen, man.
We talk about different.
Them's the rules, man.
We talk about people, living their life. You're fired. But a movie, nah, we good. Fucking Florida, man.
Before we like go
Jesus
to Gen V, I wanted to point out,
Christ.
because I remember last week we were talking about Paul son from, he's the General Tabo.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta go for this. I gotta go for it. Yes, Rick. You should learn. You should look up some things about Florida and books, and you'll learn how fucked up it's going on over here.
It's Florida. It's Florida. We disown them.
Yo, like yeah, man. Yeah. You know, we books. You got books putting in talking about how the positives of the positives that people got from slavery. But anyway, that's not what our show's about, but we all know where I stand on this topic. So
yes. It just
did you get fired? Sebastian, happened in Florida. Everyone makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's like this. It's like even the kids are like, can you turn this off? They was 20 to 30 minutes.
I'm gonna give you guys correction on our part, because we were like that Captain Teva, or is it Captain? Yeah, Captain Carson Teva was Uncle Iroh, and we were all right and wrong at the same time. The reason why, because I was like, oh no, I guess not, and then I realized he is going to be Uncle Iroh in the upcoming Avatar.
That's what it is.
The Last Airbender live action, and they have dropped the side-by-side comparisons of the Fire Nation, and gotta admit, these look really good.
Better. It looks 10 times better.
Out the gate.
Wait, put this in the Discord or the chat or something.
I got
put it in the chat
you.
because my Discord's acting up.
Share your screen.
Or share the screen. I don't give a shit. Whatever works.
I'll drop the link. So yes, take a look. But they dropped the yes, Zuko. I like Zuko. I like Azula. Even now, I'm here for it. Uncle Iroh looks good. I'm here for it. But Daniel Day Kim as Fire Lord Ozai looks like an absolute menace, and I cannot wait for him to terrorize a young Avatar. Oh my god, it's gonna be great.
Oh wow, this does look really good though.
Right?
Oh, Daniel Day Kim is gonna be that guy.
Yo, dude, we got Mark Hamill to voice him, but now we have the presence of a fucking menace. I can't wait.
Oh man, Daniel Day Kim. Oh my god.
So Rick is gonna tease you for a minute. Before we get into this, hold on. Rick wants to tease you for just 1 second. Let me just show you.
Okay. I'm just gonna speed run some more fun stuff. We are getting Across the Spider-Verse to Netflix on Halloween, which is I'm here for.
I've already purchased it. Oh, is that the D&D game?
Bro.
Is it a one shot or it's a campaign?
Rick, you gotta answer. Better put that in the comments.
He'll get to us. He'll get to us.
It is confirmed that Markiplier is not going to be in Five Nights at Freddy's, despite everyone wanting him to be. He will not be in Five Nights at Freddy's.
There was a
scheduling conflict because he was filming his movie Iron Lung, which he dropped a trailer for on Sunday, and holy shit, he said he's setting out he's not setting out, but he thinks he broke the record for most blood used in a horror film. He thinks he has the record for it. And by God, the trailer alone is just yeah, you might be fucking right, Mark. And I can't fucking wait for it. It's going to be so goddamn good. That's about it for me. I know there's a couple of anime spots here and there. We got some trailers for stuff. We got an Invincible trailer this weekend, which, whew.
We got the Invincible trailer and the trailer for Omni-Man in Mortal Kombat 1.
Yo, it's a good time to be alive. Good time to be a nerd. It is fucking great.
Yes.
For all you anime fans, the new season of Spy X Family came out. Got to check that out when they drop those dubs. But I'm actually
starting Jujutsu Kaisen.
Nice.
I'm gonna start watch. I watched the first episode on Crunchyroll on your Crunchyroll.
I got you, fam.
But I'm reading it as well because I've realized that just for the time commitment, it's been easier to read manga before bed than
Yeah.
watching. But I will be watching Solo Leveling. I cannot wait for that shit to drop. And we are less than a month away from what we imagine to be the end of Attack on Titan.
Oh man. Also, we did get a trailer last week for Monarch: Legacy of Monsters, which
Oh, the Godzilla on Apple TV.
yeah, I don't know how we feel about that. We can talk about it. We can just skip over it.
I
There's
haven't watched the
real
trailer. I
quick
just know
stuff that
about
I'm just going through.
I know everyone's patiently waiting for us to talk about Gen V. It's been 35 minutes, but
we're sorry.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Listen, Gen V gonna be real quick this today because it's just fucking good. It's a fucking great series. And Law got a new tattoo. Don't worry about it. You'll see when it's all.
So that's why you're at the tattoo. I was like, why the fuck is he at a tattoo?
Oh, I was there because I got really cool with them. So when I got my tattoo for my birthday, me and the shop owner got really cool. He's a super dope dude. He's a super like D&D nerd. So we were talking about a bunch of shit and whatever the case is. Got to talking with like a bunch of his artists. So like I'll just show up there and like hang out for like a couple hours, tattoo or no tattoo. But they were doing a Friday the 13th like flash sale, and I was like, yo, can I come through? I'll take some pictures, whatever the case is. He was like, dude, your family, come through. Like, you're always welcome to come through. I was like, all right, bet. So I came through, hung out, talked nerdy shit, caught up and whatnot. And then towards the end of the night, they were like, you're not gonna leave without a tattoo, right? I was like, fuck it. Let's see what you got. So then I got a combination. It looks more like a cowboy hat, everyone says, but I like this version of the fedora that I got because the combination that I did was the Perry the Platypus fedora hat with his tail sticking out. So having it being a flat brim hat like his hat is, it works better as a thing. Law did not get a tramp stamp, though one of my friends in high school did get a tramp stamp.
Oh man.
And we make fun of him for it all the time.
All right, so that's about all the nerdiness. So we covered Comic-Con, we covered some of the nerd news that's going on. I mean, there's a lot more. I mean, from the fact that they wrote a fake script for Holly Berry to get her to sign on for X3.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, Tone, take us away with Gen V. I mean, you've introduced us to the boys. You got us hooked in the boys. It's only fitting that you lead this charge of the Gen V. And
again, I like our open discussion where we just talk about all things Gen V instead of this. That's code for I don't have questions lined up for us, so we're just going to talk about the show.
Well, not even that. I want you to just like, it's been long overdue for you to just give us the spoiler warning or just like dope take from it. So I kind of want that just for me.
That's what I was saying. No.
Because to be fair, I was telling people about watching this show and how I got into the boys and how you showed us full splash pages of the shit that we see, sir.
All right. Fine. We are talking tonight's episode. Yeah, I love you too. We're talking tonight, episodes 1 through 4, possibly 5 of Gen V, the new spin-off show based in the Boys universe. We are met with our main character, Marie, and the show opens up with a fucking banger. Banger.
Was it a better opening than the season 1 opener for the Boys?
I mean, you have me up here. I didn't even get a chance to say anything, but sure. Okay.
Put it back. Why you didn't put it back?
Oh damn. All right, you want to go back?
Well, ask me these questions afterwards, man. Okay. Jesus Christ. Ask me these questions afterwards. So the show opens up with a banger. Homegirl kills her moms, kills her dad, and is now estranged from her sister. And we are led into God U, the university, and where soups are created. And we are seeing some really funky, wild shit. This show, it does nothing but never strays away from the gross, grotesque minds of the people behind it. And I am here for it. We are meeting brand new characters. This show is essentially every issue that you have dealt with in college personified into one person or character. And we have to go through them in the style of the Boys. So let's get to it.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Amen to that.
Yes, we are, Pong. Welcome.
Yo, yeah. It's all off the
It's
off
been
the
a,
rails.
it's been a beautiful show, Pong. Gotta watch it on demand. Covered Comic
So
Con.
I'll reintroduce that question to you, Tone, because I was watching the first episode when I was on the plane on my way.
Definitely is, Rick. I got to tell you, man. Like,
Yeah,
I heard good things. Like, we saw all the reviews for the first 4 episodes. And then my wife and I were watching it, and she even looked at me. She's like, "I like this better than The Boys." I mean, for what it's worth, The Boys is one of the rare pieces of media where I believe the adaptation is better than the source.
okay.
I love the source comic, but like the comic is essentially it's a riff on the comic book industry and all the different things they have going on. It's really intense. I think the show
dated too, right?
It's very dated. Yes, it's very dated. I think the show takes it to another level and like taking that love of taking an industry and spoofing it and spinning it on its head, or as Sebastian say, turning it on its ass. And taking the things we like about the comic and introducing it into the medium. But I have to say, The Boys is so good as a TV show.
Nice.
But Gen V, yes, as a spinoff, one of the best spinoffs we've seen.
Oh, yeah.
It's different.
Mhm.
It's different where it needs to be different. But it still feels like the Boys universe. All the characters that we meet are not carbon copies of the 7, which I knew a lot of people were really worried about. I saw a lot of stuff on Reddit like, I'm so glad Golden Boy wasn't Homelander, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, there's so many good differences, but there's still the fucking of what Vought is doing.
Yeah, I mean they stand on their own.
Well,
Hey, Sean.
Cheyenne.
Yeah, they still stand on their own as characters. And in a way that I felt that is rare. What we only got in Starfire in The Boys, you still see some type of innocence in some of these characters. Which is it's refreshing because it's like they're still doughy-eyed and they don't know the monster of a system that's trying to turn out soups. They only assume, and plus also too, they already know at this point because this happens that it was revealed to everyone that their parents gave them.
This is the first school year. This is the first school year where all the students know that they're not gifts from God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, because the Gen V thing came up. And then, Law, you had your question that I knew you've been wanting to ask.
Well, essentially, so like I watch first season of The Boys, get into it because you're so hyped about it, and you're like, yo, like this is gonna be crazy, this is gonna be nuts. Cool. The opening of season 1 of The Boys, I always judge a show based on their opening. Like, if you are going to be a brand new show, let me know what kind of show you are from the jump. Get me hooked and keep that hook in me for the entire series. Gen V did not fucking disappoint because I was on the plane sitting next to my sister on the way to my nephew's graduation. And the first 10 minutes was just, oh shit. And I just remember looking at her and she was like, I saw that last night before we got on the plane. I was like, damn. She was like, keep watching. I was like, I bet. And I just kept watching how over the top they continue to go with this kind of universe that they built, but also, oh my god, how do they go over the top but still make you feel for the characters and feel bad? Because like fucking having that be how you figure out that's how you have powers, god damn, bro.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting thing too, because obviously after that you see the place where she's at. It's not all like, it's not a great place. It looks like it's more of a detention center for soups.
Introducing those powers were a genius way to show the viewer that yes,
yeah,
absolutely agree.
Yep.
But it's
and
like
she was a late, for lack of a better term, a late bloomer in regards to having her powers, because
oh god,
no, I don't really make it, but just saying, right?
Yeah. Also,
because usually powers show up
in The Boys. She was.
They show us a screenshot.
Yes.
Yeah, because her, most of your powers show up when you're a kid, and I think her parents. The whole story was that her parents were like, they did it, and then nothing came of it, and then boom. So we'll see, and then we'll see what her sister has, because her sister probably has powers as well. I would assume that her power.
I would assume her sister has powers, and I am very curious to see what happens if and when they like meet up again.
It could also be like an A-Train situation, because remember, A-Train's brother didn't have powers.
But A-Train was older.
Yeah, and she's the oldest.
A-Train's older, and I think also
no, A-Train's brother's older.
Right, A-Train's brother's older.
A-Train's the youngest. Also, loved how they treated that first episode. They treated them like it was like the fucking draft.
Yeah.
They treat it like the draft, like the number one pick and all this. And then they're like, yeah, you know, the school's super diverse. And we're like, oh man, we've heard this song and dance before.
Yo, it's so incredibly cringy sometimes, because you're just seeing it and the smiles and this and put on a show. And it's why I appreciate the show, because they're leaning into how fucked up a lot of this is. Because
the whole recruitment video,
the after the incident, like talk, the scripted talk that they're like, oh no, you're not gonna say this. Here, you're gonna say this. Oh, that's the story now. Got it. But we'll get into that in a few. Also, I love that this show has from the beginning kept me guessing. It kept me guessing in a way where I was like, I kind of know where it's going, and they still managed to surprise me, because they pulled a double fake on me, and I was like, it's not going to be
a surprise, motherfucker.
Yo.
Oh, with Kate.
Also, warning, we are in spoiler territory.
Yeah. I said episodes
Tuesday
1 through 4, potentially 5. I'm not.
You already know what the deal is here. You already know what the deal is here on this show.
Yes.
So
the reveal with Kate.
I was sus from a while. I was sus, and I was just like, But for her to be working with, let's go to the beginning. Let's go to the beginning, because there's so much fucking happening.
There is
so much happening.
Yes. Yes.
First of all, Clancy Brown in the building.
Yeah.
You know we love that for us.
We love his voice. He just didn't last that long.
As long as Tony Stark didn't die.
No, Tony Stark didn't die, but Tony Stark fucked all the holes.
Oh god, Tech Knight. Okay.
Tech Knight's essentially Batman, Iron Man. Like that's
oh god.
And he has that same condition is prevalent in.
They were worried too, because they didn't think that they were going to pull this off. Spin-off is like, oh man,
it was done so well.
So
because
they subtly led to it.
Like an entirely new property. There's no like basis for it.
So this story it's 100% a spin-off. The storyline with the school and the students is not in the book. There is a Godolkin, and essentially it's I think there is a Godolkin. I think it's like book 6 or whatever. And I think I was telling you guys about this. It's essentially Godolkin is the name of a dude who is Professor X, and they have a mutant school. And they generate so much money from Vought that they're kind of able to do their own thing. And they have a bunch of different teams. So they got like the main team, and they got the young team. They have an East Coast, West Coast team that are at like odds with each other. And then the dark secret. And then the dark secret is that the Godolkin is a pedophile, and he is assaulting and traumatizing the kids that come into the school. Like that's the dark secret that comes up later on. Why it opens up with one of the students. She kills herself because of what she had to do. They're all scared of Godolkin. They know this is all happening to them, but they will not do it, because anytime someone tries to confess, they are murdered. They are killed. And so that's the whole thing. And then Huey gets involved. He tries to infiltrate to get information for the rest of the boys. And then at the end of that whole book series, Vought kills every single member of the Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Like essentially they just mark them. So
now,
so they pull like the Godolkin thing of it. I don't think they're doing anything with the SA or the pedophilia or anything. Like I think they stray away from that like a lot in The Boys, because there's a couple of characters that do that, which is cool. But there's still like semblance of it, because you still have got like the college aspect of it. You've got the dorm aspect of it, which you see when Huey is part of the young group. But this is an original story, original characters, like super duper original.
So I have forgot about the whole, because I remember you told me about you told us about Tech Knight a while back, and I forgot about him.
I completely forgot about Tech Knight myself.
I like how they because I wasn't expecting it, but I like how they subtly showed it, and how he's like rubbing the bagel.
Yeah,
I didn't think anything of it. And then, oh man, I was like,
it was such a weird like pickup and like look, and just for him to put it down, and it wasn't his, and someone bit it. Like that was the thing. I was like, are you just gonna like, are you leaning into authority here, and you're gonna be like, fuck your bagel, that's my bagel now? Like that's where my head went. And he was just like, nah, I'm here for all the holes, and I was like, A to the fucking yo.
Oh man, it's he's so. I mean, I think they're gonna bring him to Boys season 4, but it was just.
I'm also fucking the way that they pulled off the beginnings, like of her going to the school, and her running into Sam's Sam. Well, I was gonna say Sam's brother. It's Golden Boy's brother, Sam, and then helping homeboy
Andre.
I was gonna call him Polaris.
Polarity.
Helping him take Sam down, and then later on to reveal Sam is Golden Boy's brother. Oh, the writing on that was so fucking good, because then you get the interaction later that Sam is just like, no, you fucking took me out. You put me back there. I was almost close to escaping, and it was great. Yeah. All the interactions from the people that we see in like the top 100 list or wherever the fucking their ranking system is amazing. The kid who plays Polarity is someone I've seen like Sabrina.
He's in Sabrina. We were really happy to see him in something.
Yeah, he's really like all these guys. Like this is a really strong cast. Like I'm not gonna lie, the casting is really good. They play off of each other really well, and just it's the definition of college with powers. What can possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, even thinking about that opening scene when they're in the arena, right? And like they rip the dude's arms off, and then he heals himself. And it's essentially just like how D1 sports are and how everyone's about it. It's just you're taking it to the level of The Boys, and then the popularity aspect, trying to be somebody. Like there's so much happening. There's so many things that people can relate with of their own specific college experiences, and be like, yo, I know this person, I know that experience, or whether good or bad, you've seen it, and it's they don't shy away from it.
Absolutely, Rick. His acting is so good, because then you also have to go, oh, I'm being like systematically like just pulled into whatever the woods, the woods, yeah. And I keep getting pulled back in, and they keep like putting me under. They keep me in this padded cell. They're running experiments on me, and I'm schizophrenic or whatever. He has multiple things with him.
Oh my god, the schizophrenic. He reminds me of Legion.
Essentially, because he's like, oh yeah, shut up, TV's Jason Ritter.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That fucking.
And then the deep Muppet with the gills.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking hilarious.
I hated that puppet. So
I mean, the whole scene when he's
wasn't
like,
here for it.
He's killing all the people, but they made it like his whole like.
Oh my god, killing all the people as puppets was incredible.
Yeah,
that worked so well for that scene.
Yeah, and so many details, like one thing I was thinking, like the puppet's eyes turn to X's. The sprinkle. It was just, it's like they were just like, yeah, we're gonna change this up, because like some people aren't gonna want to see a brain being split and cracked open
But
like a pea pod.
But still, after that gets out of puppet mode, that visual at the end, you just need that 1 second of that visual
Yeah.
of all the bodies laying there. But
See,
I want
Muppet with gills. That's exactly what we said. Yes.
but also want to give a shout out to this character because Jordan Lee is a pretty interesting character.
One of my favorite characters on the
You
show.
have two
for sure.
actors, London Thor and Derek Liu, that are playing that character, and it's just again, one, it's a character that has a lot of representation, and two, it's a character that I don't know, like you feel like there's just a lot of layers for this character, and both of these actors are bringing their A game to bring this character to life.
Mhm.
A lot of people were like, "Are they brother and sister?" Which obviously they're not, but in real life, I mean the actors, but it's like
that must be a wild ride to simultaneously play two
Yeah.
different characters as two, or play the same character as two different people.
Yeah.
but
And
it's
like
like
get the feel like it doesn't it like they feel the same
Right.
whenever whenever they go back and forth.
yeah, you're
Yes.
right. You add it without drowning out the story, and it's a beautiful story because and both actors are very in sync playing this character because
Mhm.
not one deviates from the other to bring this character to life.
Right.
And I think Jordan is been an awesome character, and I like where we're getting the storyline with Jordan and how she's how they are mixing it in with Marie,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty
I
good.
ship it. I'm here for it. I saw it and then I was like, wait,
Totally.
what? And then it happened.
Totally.
And I was like, fuck it. Let's go.
Totally
I'm here
ship
for
it.
it.
But it's Jordan is just one of those great characters. I mean, I feel this whole cast has done a very like even was it the girl who I don't know her name, the
Kate?
character.
Kate
No,
or
no.
Emma? Emma?
We are talking about Emma. Yeah, Emma.
Cricket. Yeah, Emma.
Oh,
Cricket.
she's become a fan favorite on the Reddit. Everyone loves Emma.
Yeah,
I
Emma is
love
awesome.
her. She is probably it's Jordan Lee as a character and Emma are my two favorite characters right now. And then it's Sam and Marie and Andre.
Oh,
It's like
here's what Rick said, which is a pretty good. I didn't even know they did this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess to see whichever take feels the best or something, but that's definitely the great way to go.
Mhm.
No, it is, and the character really, you feel like they're just one person. But with Emma, the way they did her power set, it's very you feel for Emma, you feel the sadness for her, and
You
then
feel the
even
sadness, but you also like there's a sense of like her owning it and like she has that chip on her shoulder, like fuck you, I am me, like this is how my powers work. I've been through therapy, I worked through this shit. Like you can't try to shame me for what I'm doing.
it's not
And
even
then we get the full girl who tried to fucking tell her story without her, and that was
Oh yeah, that
fucked
girl.
up.
Yeah, no, that was fucked up. I mean, also the stuff with her mom too, because
Yeah.
essentially she was a show mom, and so showing her how to deal with that and pretty much controlling her life, saying you can't, because you don't realize. Well, they do a really great job of not making you think, can she get bigger and stronger?
Right.
It's all about the getting smaller, the throwing up, not eating too much. And then you don't think about like, holy crap, can this get reversed? Because I wasn't thinking about that until like she finally did it, and I was like, oh wait a minute, this should work, because if you're really small, you eat. But then she just decides to.
This
stop.
show has continually, every time you don't think of something as a possibility, but it should be, because they kind of like they don't really like hint at it, but it's there. It's definitely a possibility, but we don't think about it because it hasn't been presented to the characters themselves. They're doing such a good job of writing that, because we're in the same shoes and perspective as the characters when that happens, when they go, oh shit, I can do this. Granted, Emma says she knew that she can do this, but the reveal for now we're feeling like the rest of them going, oh shit, Emma could do this, is us, because we're like, we never expected it. Which I think, again, brilliant writing on their part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really
and-
changes her. It really changes her power set, because it doesn't like, because when she gets small, she doesn't have the Ant-Man level strength, because the Ant-Man level strength is proportionate to his body. It's more so like she gets small, and she can do what she needs to do, but she's still like, her strength is proportional to her size, because then she can get super giant, and then she's like fucking brick house.
Well, just
yes,
like
yes, I wanted to talk about this.
yeah,
'Cause one of my favorite.
I was about to bring it up too.
Whose dick explosion was better, boys
Oh.
or Gen V?
No, Gen V. Gen V, because the boys one was like, you don't see the external, but the boys one was so cringy because he started to sneeze and you knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah,
It was like, because you saw his power. His power is so like rapid in
Yeah.
his in shrinking, his up and his growing. Where this one was like slow as it bulged up and filled with blood, and then it just exploded. Oh my goodness. But you know, when
You got a
that's
hard
if
on.
again, if that's what you're doing, then you get to lose it. You know, fucking roofie guy. Name is Rufus. Who roofies people.
Oh, that's why I recognize him without knowing where I know him from.
He's from Supernatural.
Yep.
That's Jack from Supernatural.
Yeah, that was unexpected. I was like, okay. I thought the scene they were talking about was when Little Cricket was riding the dick for the dude. I thought that's what they meant. Oh, we're gonna top. No, it was the dick explosion scene. I was like, okay,
God.
never mind. That was
also crazy.
If anyone deserved a dick explosion, it was him.
She was just so annoyed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like how annoyed she was of the whole situation of just being there.
He was like, "Can you jump on my balls?" It's like, what? Yo,
Show's
like
wild, man.
Such a wild. Like all of this show is super fucked up, and we knew this going into it. But again, it's that thing of like, are we getting? The only way I get off is by like getting off to myself, fucking Homelander shit, or is it fucking this where it's like, oh shit, college is way more fucked up than our experiences, but doesn't mean that we want to go back to it.
Yeah.
But then you also.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, son.
I don't know if you caught that. Oh, waiting for messages to come in. I don't know if you caught that invisible dude, Maverick. That's Translucent Sun.
Really?
Oh, no way.
I mean, that's what the fan theory is, just because Homelander drops the name Maverick in his eulogy for Translucent. And then he has the same power.
Okay.
And he does the same things, because remember, Translucent was in the women's bathroom
all the time. Yep.
Maverick is like, I go to the men's bathroom, I go to the women's bathroom. Really depends on how I feel.
And he chases a llama.
And he chases a llama.
Yo, please tell me the llama's a shapeshifter, because like if he's just really out here chasing llamas for the sake of being a llama.
Yep. But then, he has a really good RA moment when he's talking to homegirls. So it's really interesting.
It's funny that the only way we get him is that he's just a baseball cap and glasses.
Well, it's a spin. It's a spoof on the Invisible Man, because anytime we show the Invisible Man, you have the glasses and the hat from like the old like kind of 60s movies.
Yeah. So Rick, I've been seeing some stuff of thinking. So it goes back to the benefactor. Everyone thinks that the benefactor for Marie is oh my god, I don't know why I can't remember her name. Head Exploder, Head Popper.
Oh,
everyone thinks that's her benefactor, and that potentially bringing her in to help with Homelander if he.
I hate her, but she's so goddamn hot. Like, it makes me so mad.
Well, her, they were thinking her, Head Popper, or even Stan Edgar, because Stan Edgar has a history of adopting Soups. Because he adopted Head Popper.
And doesn't Vault support Godolkin, because isn't that why Tech Knight was there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's essentially it's like the the sport teams and stuff. It's a feeder system for Vought.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're like, they do the rankings and they're all there, and they have the crime school and they have the propaganda school and they have the whole thing, and they, even with Golden Boy, they're like, yeah, which apartment do you want, because they're empty. Like, that's essentially what they do. It's a feeder system for, like, you can go into the streets, like like I don't know why I can't remember anyone's names, but whatever Stargirl. I don't know why I can't remember her name.
Oh, Starlight.
Starlight. Like, you know,
It's
how she
because
came
you
up.
said Starfire earlier.
Yes,
and
he
I was
did, and
trying,
I was like, she came up through the ranks, and she was in a younger group, because that's one way, and then they use the school system as another way to get to kind of like in the military. You can go to the academies, you can go to ROTC, you can go up through through enlisting. Like, there's different ways of getting to becoming an officer. Those 3 different routes, and I think they use this as like going to the 7 or being placed. You go either to the college or you go to a different group depending on what your situation was. But like most of the 7, like we knew that Homelander was the number 1, A-Train was number 1, Queen Maeve was number 1, the Deep was number 5. Like,
the
yeah,
Deep. He's the running joke.
yes,
What are your guys' feelings on Dr. Shetty?
sus.
I know she's sus.
Dr. Shetty.
Yeah, that's the who's currently the
Oh,
dean.
yeah, she's the dean. Oh, I didn't trust her from the rip. First of all, I don't
can't trust anyone
in the boys universe. Anyone with power, I ain't with it. And she hasn't shown that she has powers.
Yeah, she
which
hasn't.
makes me not trust her even more. Homelander bleeds, Marine Book of Blood.
Well, we're getting the trial of Homelander in season 4. We are definitely getting the trial for when he murdered that dude out in the street. Like, that's gonna be a storyline that we're getting.
I would say like Marie could go stand up to him, but I don't know that it's, for me, it's a speed thing. Homelander's so much faster than she is, so she needs to like be able to do it faster than he can think about like going after her. You know what I mean?
Well, if you notice this about Marie, I don't think, and they're saying that she hasn't tapped her full potential. Like in episode 5, she was able to sense blood clots in people, and she, this is the first time that they really delve in that episode, that she was able to sense different. Like, was like, yeah, when am I getting, like, I think it was Emma, she asked her when she's getting her period next week, like she's able to tell this stuff about blood. So it was more than her just cutting her hands and the blood coming out. It's like, oh, so she can do a lot more if she's if she was able to sense the blood clots, or someone's like, about to get their period. So I'm pretty sure there's
like, can she deoxygenate blood? Like, there's so many things that she possibly can do, and I think they're like showing us her set, like, as she gets more in tune with the school and has to get into a situation.
She got leveled up.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Her kit, she has to level up.
I think she has the potential to be a very powerful being, like we've seen her be. It's again,
she did do that, and remember, she even says, though, I don't know how I did it. All she knows is that she took the blood and morphed it and went to the place where it was already going.
it's a factor of, does Homeland know it's her, can see her, can she react faster than he can react, and how far is she when she does it?
Yeah.
It's a set that, when I don't mean bad, isn't bad. I mean bad, like it's like you could do some sick shit with it. And if she knows what to do, it sounds like also with her and Deadpool could be really fun.
That'd be bonkers. I honestly, I would say the better team up would be Deadpool and Sam.
Oh my god, that would be wild.
Because they're actually both certifiable.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
if you really think about it, she exploded her parents, and so it's just gonna be, and she was able to shoot her blood as a projectile, which we haven't seen her really do. She's used it as whips.
A sharp projectile, like that's what she did. That's how she got her mom.
Yeah.
And then when she killed her dad, she just, all the blood exploded and it was like sharp.
Yeah.
So she can definitely change the property of blood. So we'll see what she's able to do.
We keep going around talking about all the things we love, but we haven't talked about a lot of the main things of the show. We haven't talked about the woods. We haven't talked about
Bad place.
Polarity and like his crew, like the board members, I'm guessing, of the school. And good.
Well, let's start with Polarity, because Polarity, when we see him with his son, Andre, we could see that he's that type of parent that's trying to live through success through his son.
Yeah,
And
he's a sports
trying to be
dad.
a legacy. Yeah, and it's like, it's just captured very great with the writing, with
That's
their
what you get when you
relationship.
say blood is thicker than water. Oh my god.
But no, it's like his dad is being the typical, like you said, Tones, is the sports parent, and it's just it lends more into why Andre is who he is and the way he acts, because it's like, you got your father trying to to force you to live up to this expectation. Your father is gets upset at you at every turn when you're not there or something like that. And it's like, the fact you can see is like when he's starting to fall behind Marie when it came to the interview. So it's like Polarity just and he tries to reveal the woods. Polarity reveals he knows a lot more.
Yo, that pull-in, he was like, don't say another motherfucking word. And I was like,
he's like, who you tell?
Yo. That was the most father bring your ass here pull ever.
Yep.
I was like, shut the fuck up now, boy.
Yep. Don't. Who else did you tell? Because I need to get them killed.
Right. And I think that's one of the wild things about this universe is like their lack of hesitation to just like, yo, we're gonna remove loose threads and take people off the board is so fucking wild.
Bro, the way they removed that janitor in front of in front of Andre, when the janitor
they slit his throat. And he has there's a missing poster on campus. I think it was like episode 4 or whatever, because I think he got killed in episode 3. Episode 4, there's a missing poster for the janitor. Yeah.
It's
like knock
show, man.
No, it's wild.
It just makes like, which superhero universe do you want to live in? Do you want to live in the boys universe? Do you want to live in the Marvel universe? I mean, it's like, but then it's like
no one wants to live.
No one wants to live in. If you are not a soup, no one wants to live in the boys universe.
Even if I was a soup, I'm not living in the boys universe. Fuck out of here.
You eventually gonna cross paths with Billy the Butcher.
No, I'm less worried about Billy the Butcher. I am more worried about Homelander looking at me going, he's black. Like, that's it.
Yeah, like even some of those Homelander from the first, remember the when they have him meet the blind guy.
But yeah, he was like, well, I guess his fucking power doesn't work now.
He was like,
he's fucking useless.
He's really cool, and then he just claps him.
He was like, oh, he can't hear now? Well, guess he's fucking useless.
And then it's just, oh my god, it's.
And then what's her name? Who's she's the new director?
Oh, the new CEO.
The Ashley.
Yes, Ashley.
Yo, she's gotten so much worse as each season has progressed to now that I'm seeing every time you see her, you're just like, yo, Ashley, there was a soul somewhere in you in season 1 that's gone now.
Yeah, it was in season 1 when Shu was still around, but after she took over and became a bigwig and then realized like everything is tied to her.
Now that she has to wear a wig because she's fucking ripped all her hair out.
Getting back on Gen V, because the boys is just amazing. I can't wait for season 4. So we have Polarity. We've been bringing up the woods. Where
I was gonna say, what do we think the woods actually is?
Well, I mean,
it's the virus thing from what we know from the doctor.
Yeah, it's like I think he's trying to confirm control of the soups, because it's like they're trying to get some form of control. I think that's what him and Dr. Shetty are working on, because he's just studying soups.
Yeah, and like he wants Marie. Like he was like, I want Marie. Give me Marie.
That just felt creepy.
But yeah, it looks like they're trying to do something controlling the soups. I mean, remember, Vought only sees soups as a byproduct of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just part of the money. They're just part of the money engine. Like they don't really give a shit.
Yeah, it's
Because even in the boys' comic, they don't care about them.
it's crazy. It's a money making machine to them. So like think about it, when they were trying to push that whole military contract. It was like, yeah, let's get Soups in the military.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, you see him and you get it. It's from Dr. Edison Cardoza. He especially when his family got attacked, he's like, and it's like, and when Dr. Shetty was like, yeah, where are you gonna go? It's like there's no one that's gonna take a doctor who, when he tried to threaten her to walk away, he was like,
It's a different
yeah, it's a different facility.
the first facility that where we see, oh my god, what's his brother's name again?
Sam or
Sam.
Golden
The
Boy?
first the first facility the facility that Golden Boy and Kate go to see Sam. That's the facility that the boys went to in season 2 because you see Love Sausage in the cell,
Mhm.
and that's where Lamplighter was.
That was more.
But that was when it was still like a working detention center.
We all know what happens with that one. But
Yeah.
no, the Woods is more like it's an experiment facility under the campus.
Yeah.
And it just seems like that what Dr. Shetty is trying to do, and what the first dean, who all of a sudden perishes at the hands of Golden Boy. He showed him how much of a burnout he was. So it seems like what they're trying to do is confirm how to control.
You have to say that again because
you came in and out.
No, so this facility is
your mic is trolling you at this point.
Yo, fuck my mic. You hear me now?
Yes.
No, it seems that this facility is more of them trying to learn how to control Soups. That's what I'm getting from Dr. Shetty. That's just my belief.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely about controlling Soups. That's what it's always. That's what they're. I mean, look, they're not even hiring Soups for security detail. I know.
Listen,
his showing in the comics is great.
Listen, he had that great scene with Mother's Milk. I can't.
No, they made him into a character in the show. He's an actual like.
No, I know it's
character in the comics, especially when they go to Russia and they deal with all the Soups out there in Russia.
I mean, you never know. If we get to that point, maybe we might get him back.
I doubt.
Who knows? I mean, we got Tech Knight now.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Yeah. And so how do you guys feel about the Golden Boy and his whole thing where he killed himself?
I'm still trying to figure out the why.
I think
that feels so.
Hold on. I before you get, I think I have my theory on it. So
go for it.
I feel that with Golden Boy, the reason he did it is because the whole system lied to him. His mentor lied to him. He probably knew about his girlfriend lying to him, because I mean, the whole thing with the glove, probably, who knows. He wanted to be this great superhero, but then he saw the ugliness of this world, and it was like, after he killed his mentor, what was there left for him? He already knew it's like it was over. So
I don't know that that's why he took himself out, more than it could be leading factors, but it felt like it was, I had to kill fucking Professor Brink.
Yeah.
I had to kill Professor Brink because he was lying about my brother. He knows he was involved, and he was someone that I loved and trusted, and he betrayed me, essentially. And then when he basically snapped and had a mental break where he was like, I keep hearing my brother, but no one's telling me, and killed Professor, and now I was the number 1 ranked student. Everyone caught me fighting and throwing hands, and I definitely killed homeboy. Like, it was one of those things where he knew that, like, I feel like it was irredeemable for him to, like, have any
But
other
it's like, yeah,
options.
he's gonna be painted as a villain, and what's the next thing they're gonna do? They're gonna
Yeah.
make you.
But I still don't know that that's the full reason, because it felt so like
We
oh
It feels like
dude,
it feels like we're definitely gonna get a flashback episode where we're gonna
right.
see the conversation he has with Brink, either through some secret camera or through something that wasn't wiped. Because it just seems like, I think that's one of the missing parts of the puzzle. Because we know Kate was involved in wiping the memories.
Mhm.
We also know, and we don't know if this is specific to each person, Kate can provide your memories back,
Mhm.
which she did to Andre.
Andrew.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see like what we get from what we get from that. But I do think we're gonna see when they have their conversation before Marie walks in, because we don't know the extent of which Brink was involved.
Yeah,
because everyone has a different relationship with him, right? Because like Jordan felt that Brink was the only person who supported him, because supported them, because Jordan's parents, or Jordan's father, does not support them, or so only supports them when they are he.
Right.
So, and I think they finally felt seen through Brink, because Brink was, that was the T.A.A.
That game was wild that they played.
I also feel like because you have Brink, like I want to know, because I know like was it Tech Knight who said that her power is gross, and of course that Brink would like not let her in. I want to know if there was another reason why they didn't let her into his program.
Oh, Marie?
Yeah. Because there was definitely something there where like he was like and he basically looked at her, like looked through her. You know what I mean? And Jordan was like, "Yeah, you're not in," blah blah blah. And I'm like, that just felt off for me. I could be looking into it like way too much, but it felt like a weird like, why what are you hiding? Like,
I mean, people are also thinking like, how did Marie get into the school? Right, like, and they're tying it back to like, maybe that's the benefactor, whether that's Head Popper or Stan, and she was able to get in that way. But you got to, just because you get into a school doesn't mean you get into like
Victoria Newman.
There it is.
Yeah.
Just because you get into the actual school doesn't mean you get admitted to the school major school. And that maybe that's what it was, because then he would have to show his hand. Because Brink was so high up, like that was his school. He would then know, like, well, then who is this girl? Because this girl has no track record of doing anything. No social media, no hero stories. Like the most hero story she got was when she saved the girl that Andre almost killed.
Right.
And then she was gonna get blamed for that anyway. So it didn't really matter.
I mean, it's just pretty interesting, like you pointed out his Brink's relationship with Jordan, because you see their relationship instantly, and it's very interesting how Jordan's power set changes when Jordan shifts.
They talked about that.
Yeah.
I was watching a video where it's the way they're representing like their story and like the story of a lot of people with similar stories is really well done. It's really well crafted, and it's one of those things where they themselves are like fully accepting of both sides of themselves, and the way that they so fluidly in combat know how to fight. Like they could switch between like this version to do certain movesets within a fight against fucking Golden Boy, shows like how, while the outside world may not be like ready for a they them hero, like they're very much, all encompassing and know who they are. Yeah, they're very capable.
But it's funny though, that fight scene. So when I saw it, it gave me the Nightcrawler vibes from X2. That fight scene, how he's just bamfing in and out. But it's like with Jordan, it's Jordan bamfing from between themselves.
You have energy projection. You have a little bit of barrier. You have definitely strength and durability.
It's definitely like, it's one thing of like of absorbing energy and then projecting energy.
Mm.
And then to
So
Rick, to your comment, yes, that's the Red River Institute. That's the same institute that Victoria Newman was adopted from, which is like how that whole thing tying back to Victoria and Stan Edgar come into play. Also,
Her
Teddy
being the
Stidwell is
benefactor.
also there as well.
also, I mean, I
Teddy
want to
Stillwell?
jump off your theory
The
too.
woman's son from season 1 who gets killed by Homelander.
Ah, yes.
So, Lo, I wanna jump on your theory of like what was the whole thing. I think with and once we can, if they do a flashback and reveal, I don't think it was more Vault or who Marie's benefactor was that took out Brink. It could have been again, what's her face, the professor who's there, the doctor. Because again, showing her relationship with Kate, she could have been manipulating Kate to do a lot of her dirty work. And the fact is this is that Kate also used her powers to erase Golden Boy's memories of his brother. So it's this show has a lot of beautiful writing. It's a great spin-off of the boys. It puts the X-Men on its ass. But go ahead, Law.
Dean Shetty was Beelzebub in Good Omens. I knew I recognized her from something. That's wild.
But no, I'm so in a sea of like we're getting a lot of Marvel and DC stuff. This is a nice break from it because it flips a lot of the stuff that we probably would have seen with X-Men on its ass,
It's always
superpowers
been a
on its
nice
ass.
palette cleanse between like the Marvel shows, the DC stuff. I think the only so where the boys can be like a very like oh shit intense like whatever, this show hits all the marks but doesn't make me feel like oh shit heavy like oh my god, you know, because I feel like after watching an hour of Homelander, there's times I just need a mental bath. Like after watching a lot of that shit, this is like, oh shit, it's fucked up, and it's it's obviously going to be the same context and world from that we've seen from the boys, but it isn't as bad until it is, if that makes sense.
It's the whole thing. Like yeah, it's like with Homelander, it's and again, art sometimes mirrors reality. He's just he is a very
mental bath in not watching Homelander be Homelander because good God.
I mean, Homelander definitely leans into the whole thing when people are talking about, and again, not trying to get political or anything like that, but the whole radical politicization, everything.
Get the fuck out
and
of here! You can get your own ID cards and shit. Sorry, Seabass.
oh,
They
word.
made well, I mean, look, the boys has such good marketing. They have if you see it in the chat, they created a Godolkin University website that looks like a college website, which talks about admissions and you can do a campus tour and all this stuff.
God, they got a
That's
mission. They got
beautiful.
news. They got oh my God.
Again, it's beautiful.
It's
It
fucking
creates that,
nuts.
and that's the immersiveness of this world, which I think again, like, and it's funny because we were talking about it at Comic Con. You know how it'd be interesting to see more indie stuff, and this is essentially what it is. It's an indie property because it's not owned by Marvel and DC. And nothing against Marvel and DC, and unfortunately, reading the news that DC may be making the same mistakes that they did with Snyder that they're doing on Gun. This is again a great palate cleanser. Because we're getting fresh stories, fresh takes, and it just shows those who say, "Oh, superhero properties can't tell stories." The boys are telling a really great story, and some of their stories do start to mimic and use current events to really get the story out there. And I feel like with the boys, they don't have to worry too much like Marvel and DC, who when people like, oh, you're the woke story, it's like no, it's like they're working with fresh new characters that we can see these stories told through. So I'm loving the Gen V, I'm loving boys, and just again.
Yeah, no, I'm here for for everything here with this. It's just give me more. I think I'm excited for the next week's episode. I know apparently we're getting Soldier Boy in next week's episode.
Yes,
getting
we are.
Soldier Boy cameo next week.
Stop.
Echoes is
Wait,
coming back
in the
as
Friday?
Soulja
In the
Boy.
Friday? In the Friday
Yeah,
episode?
Thursday, Friday. Yeah, yes.
Gotcha. Nice.
Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy. Ooh, ooh, Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean it's been great with these episodes. It's been fun. And I just want more.
Same. I'm having a really good time enjoying the like thriller aspect of this and like the conspiracy aspect, because that's always going to be involved in the the story of the boys universe, because there's so much going on with Vought and whatnot. But having this like just be a whole mess of politics and dirty dark secrets and people being fucked up for money or fame or power, whatever the case is, I'm here for it. So can't wait for more. Hope there's a season 2 for sure, and I can't wait for Friday's episode.
For sure they're gonna sign a season 2. If it makes sense, they're gonna do a season 2.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah. Rick, I gotta play around that.
100%.
So next week is our horror episode.
Yes.
So we may be talking Five Nights at Freddy's, or we may be talking some horror movies for you guys next week.
I am going to, between now and next Tuesday, be trying to watch a few horror shows and movies, like just to catch up, because I feel like I don't do enough horror, and it's because I've just lost interest in a lot of the new horror stuff. But apparently the last, I would say since like 2018 has been really good for horror. So I want to dive back into it and get like really
I mean, everyone
immersed
loved
into
that.
it.
Everyone loved. It came out a couple months ago. That movie with the clown, with the black and white clown.
Oh, Terrorizer.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. Terrorizer 2 came out, and everyone was like loving that thing.
Yeah,
I was actually just having a
not
good conversation. I was having a conversation about like horror with one of my bosses, because she's a huge horror person. So took down some. I want to watch like the Fall of the House of Usher. There's one
what is
on
that?
Fall of the House of Usher is a story from Edgar Allan Poe that is now being like into a whole thing. So there's that. There is a couple stuff on Prime. Let's see.
I'm gonna watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. What up, Mike?
I was
Go back, watch on the man.
All right, Rick, man. It was good seeing you.
Later, Rick.
Have a night, Rick. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that's like just fucking ridiculous at this point. How much good horror we're getting.
Mike, we finished talking about the show, man. We're talking about horror stuff.
What was it? Attic Plug. I'm gonna be on 4-Letter Nerd tomorrow. So Mike, I'll be seeing you there.
What are you discussing?
I don't know. I find out when I get there. Mike, what are we discussing tomorrow? So yeah, next week we're gonna do a horror episode. The 31st, we will not be doing a nerds episode. 31st, go enjoy your Halloween candy, go trick or treat. But we will be returning back on November 7th. November 7th, we were supposed to do Dune 2, but we're actually going, since Dune 2 has got pushed back, we're actually going to be covering what's out for Loki at that time. And then the 14th, the Marvels and season finale of Loki. So just to give you guys that in your calendar.
Loki has been a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loki has been a lot of fun. At least it's talking about Kang, unlike a lot of the other things.
Yeah. Have we figured out if he's like good to go at this point, or
I don't even I mean Jonathan Majors?
Yeah.
So when Jack and I were talking about it last, apparently the woman who filed against him is now out of the country and missed a court date or something.
Yeah.
That's the latest news. So it's either she got paid handsomely and to not say anything, or she ran off or something. But I don't know. Anyone Mike's like Jonathan Majors is innocent. He is innocent.
Sure.
Yeah, she fled. Yes.
Hugo,
also,
Val might be watching that. Just to let you know.
Goosebumps.
We
Released.
started that.
Has it been
and
good?
We watched the first episode, and it was way better than we thought it was going to be. Just so you understand how they're doing it. It is a main storyline that's 10 episodes, but each episode is themed around a Goosebumps book.
Nice. Okay.
But it's one main storyline, one main bunch of characters in the same town with this house that has a bunch of different things from different books. So it's not like you're gonna.
I'm excited to see
you're gonna
Justin
watch
Long,
it.
Just being a fucking psychopath.
Yeah. It just ended. The first episode ends with him getting possessed, right? It's got a bunch of Easter eggs, but it's not going to be a thing where like you read the book that the title, because each of the titles is named after a book. It's not going to be a thing where if you read the story and you watch it, it's not a 1-for-1 adaptation. It takes things from it, which I thought was pretty cool.
Okay.
Also, too,
we watched Haunted Mansion, which is not scary but fun.
It was actually good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I feel Disney did a disservice by releasing it in fucking August instead of October.
That's what I wanted to watch as well. Totally Killer is another one of those movies dropped in. I love me a good slasher film. What was the other one?
Oh, okay.
Slaughterhouse is.
I keep hearing that. It's so funny.
I think it's on Hulu.
What is this?
Slaughterhouse.
The Killer Sloth.
Yeah, I saw that on Hulu. Is that good?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
I just need you to come through, man, because I know Jackie's not going to watch some of this shit.
That's what it was. So,
get the popcorn and the beer. We good,
dude. I'm like, I know
Tobin's Shelter. That fucking show I was watching while I was again in the hotel with my sister, and she like put it on, and I was playing video games. I looked up. I was like, "What's this?" Went back to videos to look back. That fucking show. If you like a good psychological thriller and like what's happening, why is everything fucking, hush hush, and what's going on here?
Yeah,
that show for sure.
Also, for anybody keeping track, the 21st we will not have an episode, guys. Just to let you know, that's going to be the Thanksgiving week off.
21st.
We will be back on the 28th to cover the second half of Gen V, the final half. And then December 5th will be our season finale for the year. That is our holiday episode. So we are just going to keep it open. So December 5th will be the 2023 episode for nerds. So we will be closing out on December 5th. So mark those down on your calendars. So December 5th will just be an open topic. May just open up for random friends to drop by and say hi.
We should definitely do that. Holidays. Definitely do that. All of our friends hanging out. Just talking for 2 hours or whatever. I don't know. Doesn't really matter.
Hugo, I will post that update later this week on the community tab and the Facebook. So just keep your eyes open for that one. But yeah, I'll be on with the 4-letter nerd tomorrow. So Mike, if we're talking horror, I'm gonna bring some horror goodness, some horror cheesy. That's gonna be fun. And also too, Mike, if you want me to talk about my New York Comic Con experience, definitely. Which guys we covered earlier. I can't wait for New York Comic Con.
We got a 1-hour show, man. They don't want to be talking about your experience at Comic Con.
I would talk 15 minutes. 15 minutes of the show.
That's a long 15 minutes.
They run a tight ship over there, too. It's 1 hour, 60 minutes, and you're out of there.
Also, too, so keep a post out on the social medias, too. Going to bring back the social medias with updates, especially for 2024 new calendar year. So when we have the date locked down for when we're re-debuted in 2024, we will definitely let you guys know. And as far as it goes, I will be looking to do a few conventions next year. Keep you guys posted on my socials. If you're on Blue Sky, definitely look for Sebastian Bonet. I'm on Blue Sky now. The invite-only social media.
Okay.
That's it.
So that means you'll be the only one.
No. There's already a lot of people on it now.
I know, but not like the exodus that everyone thought was gonna happen with X to Threads or whatever Mammoth or whatever the fuck it's called, it didn't happen. It needed to happen at that point, and it didn't happen.
Well,
When
I was
fucking Elon Musk said you got to be a blue or you can't scroll, you can't doom scroll all the way through Twitter. And for I don't know, me personally, I haven't gotten to the point where it was like, hey, you need to pay for blue to keep scrolling.
well, from my understanding is that the way how and I have a theory is that the way Blue Sky is marketing is the fact since it's an invite only. I feel like people want that, and that's going to want more people to jump on because now you have to either be on the wait list or you get the invite code. And if you're on the wait list, it's kind of like when you're going to a club, an exclusive club, you're either on the wait list or you get the invite because you got the hookup. Holla if you hear me. But as far as it goes, I know that other ones fail like Mastodon, and other ones.
Mastodon. That's what
Yeah,
it was called.
Mastodon,
Jesus.
Hive.
Yeah, when it
Hive-
fucking went
Hive-
extinct like the fucking animal was named
Yeah.
after.
Hive died.
I
Like,
remember
they couldn't handle.
Clubhouse, and that was only a couple, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The Clubhouse was 2 years ago. It was like a whole thing, like the first place where everyone could come in and talk to each other without seeing each other. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know, man. I just think like Elon isn't really doing anything with Twitter /X/ whatever, right? But
He,
but
someone said he's basically trying to tank the company, file bankruptcy, and then like call it a day.
and it's not like if you it's a thing. It's not going anywhere. People are still on like this, like the mass exodus hasn't happened. Like I really thought the Threads was gonna do it because they had so many users on that first day, that
No,
first
we're
week.
dying on the side of the roof.
Threads was not going to do it because that was just Zuckerberg's way of firing shots at Elon, and people brought on.
No, he was firing shots at Elon. They were going to fight in the Coliseum or whatever. But but realistically, the amount of users that Threads had within that first week when all that shit went down, it seemed pretty feasible for it to do it, but it didn't. And now X is doing whatever, but it's still on. Everyone's still using it. It's just, I don't know. I just think. I mean, listen, you tell me how it goes. You tell me how it goes. I don't know if invite only is the way to be anymore. Invite only was cool for Gmail when it was a thing. It was cool for the Facebook at the time when it was only colleges.
I think for me, I think it's a smart marketing tactic because one, if it's still in beta, you're not going to go through what Hive went through because Hive couldn't take it.
Indeed, X gonna give it to you.
All the people who are trying to find an alternative to
Say
Twitter.
I mean,
look,
last 10 seconds again, T-Baz. I have no idea what you said.
Look, and the other example I'm going to give you in which I believe, like, if it's at this point, and again, tech changes, things change, whatever. But Reddit purposely did everything it could to monetize and got rid of the third-party apps. And people were going to NSFW and doing all this stuff. And you know what? Unfortunately, it's still fucking around. Reddit is still around. And I just had to get the Reddit app to use Reddit because it's the most reliable thing to listen to random strangers tell me things that are happening. It didn't go away. Everyone thought it was going to go away. Everyone thought fighting the corporate man and doing all the things because we all hoped it did because the third-party apps were so much better than the Reddit app, and it didn't do anything. Reddit's still fucking here.
Man, I remember when I used to hear the random shit was on the subway.
You didn't have headphones on? What the fuck?
Come on, people said funny shit. No, but it's been a fun episode. Next week we are going to be talking horror. So catch us next week for that. You guys excited? Can't wait to see this horror get this.
It'll be fun.
So, this has been your boy Sebastian.
It's been your boy Law.
Your boy Tone from across the hall.
Exactly.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Exactly.
Like,
what the fuck was that?
hey, what makes that all worse is because I have to be the person who follows him. So every fucking time he says something or in a
Also,
certain way,
Mike, facts. It's crazy how much I trust advice from Reddit than from anywhere else. And like it's usually pretty spot on because it's like no, everyone's anonymous.
Yeah,
Everyone's anonymous, and it's usually good shit that they post.
I'm gonna do Hugo's voicemail like that. Like Hugo, just let me over. I'll do your voicemail. Just speak like that. That's it.
have a good weekend, guys.
Yeah, have a good
Later,
weekend, guys.
Appreciate
You
you
guys have
staying
a
on with us.
beautiful
A
week.
bunch of you guys stayed on with us tonight. Yeah, thank you for stopping by.
Mike,
and
respond to me on Facebook when I hit you up if you want to jump on last minute.
and finally, show Vmac some love. She's got 2 weeks off. Again, she's doing the move. So in the comments, just show her a lot of love. V, we love you. And yeah, ready for that beautiful being music?
I guess.
Sure.
3, 2.
Follow him, and it's just why me?
Because it's you, the law.
Don't forget to follow